Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis here, and today is June 18th. It's also Zur Day. I've got a video out over that if you need to figure out where he is and what he's got. But today is another day for Legend Lost Sectors, so you can get your exotic legs. Now, the nice thing about this Lost Sector is the fact that you have little bots for help. It's honestly one of the easier ones to manage, and the burns and champions really aren't too terrible as long as you equip everything accordingly. So we are on Bunker 15 on Europa. Vex champions, so we have Barrier, which are going to be Hobgoblins. I think there's like one. It's really not that bad. Most of them are going to be Overload champions. There might be two, but honestly, forget, he's not a big deal. You've got arc and aerial damage is going to be increased coming in, so try not to jump around and fly through the air. If you get like sniped in the air, you're probably going to die. The big one is the burn, which is void damage. And the big thing about this Lost Sector is the only shields you have to worry about are also void. So as long as you have void covered, you can use whatever you want, which is really nice. So big thing you've got is Barrier and Overload. So Barrier, you can go Scout Rifle, you can go Auto Rifle, totally up to you. Same thing. Hand Cannon, you can go Overload, you can go Hand Cannon or Submachine Gun. You got a lot of options. You're going to have some Fallen in here. You're going to have some Vex when you get towards the end. Well, Fallen's like just a little bit in the beginning. It's mostly Vex, I should say. So make sure you have your mods covered, and then whatever you put in your heavy slot, match the burn. Main reason I say this, if you're going to go Void Machine Gun, or if you're going to go Void Sword, or if you're going to go Void Rocket Launcher, Void matching with the burn is going to boost the damage by 50%. You can basically nuke most of the champions at this level. This is a 1310 Rocket Launcher. It matches the Lost Sector, and I can still almost kill him in one shot. If you've infused it up a little bit higher, say it's like 1313, 1315, it might actually kill him. So you got a couple different options, really not too bad. Something Void Grenade Launcher, same thing. You can go Grenade Launcher and probably have all the ammo you need to knock all this stuff out. So Void is going to be a good way to get damage. You don't have any shields besides Void to worry about, and the only ones that you probably have to kill are going to be like 2 Minotaurs. So if you want to use your heavy on those, it's probably fine. Also, you can go Super, so if you want to just like clear out a room, it's a nice fancy way to do that one. Hand Cannon, I'm using a literally non-masterwork Nature of the Beast and a Chroma Rush Auto Rifle. If you've got your Fate Bringers, if you have, can't really use Grenade Launchers, unfortunately, because you do need to handle Overload. If you want to go Arc and use Arc Grenades, you could, use whatever you want right here. But Void for your heavy, it's just going to be the most beneficial, whether it's Rocket, Machine, Sword, Grenade Launcher. You got a lot of options in Void at least, so just make sure if you're going whatever it is, your Scavenger mods, your Reserve mods, and your Ammo Finder mods all match. That's an important piece. And then, of course, make sure your mods here are going to help you out for the other piece. One thing I will say, depending on what your heavy is, like if you go Blast Radius and you're like, defeating multiple combatants with Grenade Launchers or Rocket Launchers will make you charge with light. Or say here, taking charge. If you break a sheet, become charged with light by picking up orbs. If you have masterworked weapons, that'll probably happen. There's also shield break charge. The main point is if you have one piece of armor that is void and you can throw protective light on it, if you're having struggle staying alive, this will help. It was sold a little while ago. Doesn't come up that often, but if you ever see protective light sold from a vendor and you don't already have it, buy it. But also if you have it, use it. Because if you have at least one charge with light, basically one stack, and you get to the point where your shield is gone and you're just down to your health, basically that final third, you will take less damage per stacks. Usually 1 or 2 is what most people end up running with, but that can save you in a pinch, especially if you're going for a flawless run by yourself. Just don't discount that one. As for mods down here, I'm going Energy Accelerant. If you're going Hand Cannon, Chain Reaction, Dragonfly, all that stuff's going to be fun. As I said, you could use Surge Detonators here. But Sundering Blast is actually nice because every time you stun a champion, you get extra damage on them without having to do anything else. So it's kind of a free damage on a champion. So if you're working on those, Sundering Blast, don't forget about that one either. This is not a hard Lost Sector, so if you cover like void damage, give yourself some reasonable options, should be good to go. So let's jump in. Bunker E15, today is June 18th, and remember, these things are at this difficulty for 24 hours. If you catch this tomorrow, this will be Master, more champions, much harder. But for now, let's jump in. All right, first thing you do when you come in, you're going to have some Fallen right here, and you're going to have an Overload Captain kind of roaming around. So try and figure out who you can pick off from back here. The dregs are going to be chunking grenades up in this tunnel, so if you can stop the grenades from doing what they're going to do, they will be throwing grenades at you. So you got a couple Vandals, one on top. Those guys down there are going to be chunking grenades. They're fairly accurate, so, respect the grenade. They're going to hurt a little bit as they get thrown up there. And then once you've cleared out enough to where you've got mostly just the captain you're messing with, any hand cannon will do. The reason I like hand cannons is just more reliable. If you literally hit 2 shots, or your 3 shots basically, your 3rd shot or 4th shot, however this ends up adding up, like 1, 2, 3. That's what it takes to stun a champion. That Sundering Blast is the bonus damage. Then I can switch back over, and he's dead. Like, the captain's not too bad. Hit him with a Void Rocket, couple Void Grenades, pretty straightforward. There's one add over here if the door won't open. It's going to be the remainder of this Vandal. You know, use your melee ability, punch him in the face. I'm a Titan, so I guess I am used to doing that. Now, the nice thing about this Lost Sector, you have little bots helping you the entire time. You just got to open them up. So, start here. Grenade guy in the middle. Lots of things will explode. That's the chain reaction from the grenade from the Titans, but still, just, you know, chunk a grenade, kill those few guys, march down the stairs. If you run past a couple of these guys, you can find the Minotaur before he wakes up, hit him with a heavy, finish this section up pretty quick. Just a minute. That's one of the 2 shielded Minotaurs, and if you get him while he's standing still, you don't even have to have a tracking rocket. This rocket does track, I'll give you that one, but you can still do this entire thing without a tracking rocket. So to unlock more little bots for help, shoot across the way. You're just shooting the little square keys. Second one is going to be up here. And then I would hide. Let your bots kind of release. Let them kind of take a couple of the shots. Let some of everything kind of get in cover. You don't want to be jumping around too much. And then you can start pushing down here, seeing what's alive. Start to shoot some of the ads. Blowing out hand cannons, things of that nature. Stuff starts to die a little quicker now. And you've got all these little bots running around for help. So you got a Hobgoblin up there. You're going to have a Hobgoblin up top. And when I say watch jumping around, I mean it. Because the jumping is what will get you killed. Once the Hobgoblins lose their head, they do get a bit more aggressive, but they're also a little crazier. Grenade again. Use them where you can. That chain reaction works really well. Now, if you jump up and try and kill this Hobgoblin, he's probably going to kill you. But if you get a shot at him up here, and this is your final 3rd group. That's why I said don't jump, literally. It's not the end of the world if you die. If you're going for Legend, it's not a Legend Flawless Triumph or anything. If you're going for the Flawless, it's on Master. That one's much more precarious. But still not too bad. But if you can jump in here and shoot the little key to open it up, you'll have all your bots free. And then once all the little bots are free, I tend to work from down here between the tours and other places. So the first thing you're going to have is a barrier champion hanging out kind of in this region. Make sure your heavy's reloaded. Try and find the champion, see if you can get him to pop his shield. Usually when he's about a 3rd down, he'll do it any second. There we go. And then if he's low enough, especially after Sundering Blast, he's just going to die. Pretty simple. Looks like I got some heavy sitting over here. There will be one Void Minotaur usually hanging out. I'll even use rockets on that one. That's why Reserves is worth it. And then finally, the last thing is just going to be this Cyclops. Cyclops is not too bad, but it's a Void. So if it hits you, it's going to kill you, just like that. I'm showing you the things you shouldn't get killed by because, you know, if you play back, play a little safe, it honestly shouldn't be as much of an issue. But if you get careless or a little aggressive like I was, you'll die. It happens. But the nice thing is, notice he's not quite dead. The little bots are going to kill him without me. I'll shoot him a couple times, but he's going to die. There you go. Cyclops is down, and now you can push forward, and all your little bots go marching with you. So make sure things are reloaded. We're going to head into the boss room now. So once you get in here, this is not a bad time to pop your super and clear out the ads if you're going for speed. Or if you want to save it, you could totally go another direction. Apparently I got a little level up there. Just work on clearing out all the guys. They're going to be on the lower level. So you got some goblins. There is one big guy, a wyvern, which is always going to be a bit on the spicy side. So if you find the wyvern, I'll put a heavy into the wyvern. One, because they're void, just like this. Again, this is why I'm not too worried. I'll show you how many times I can die, and I'm still not worried about it. If you're worried about deaths, obviously you can play it much more cautious. Wyvern are just annoying because there's not really a way, and all their shots are void. So remember, that void burn, you do more damage, but trust me, coming in, it hurts just as much. Alright, so darkness is encroaching. Looks like everything should be down. Boss will be spawning up top, so if the shield's open, go for a first shot early. Back off, and you can always use this tunnel. You can back halfway through the lost sector if you need to, just to save yourself a little bit of room to work or anything like that. You do not have to push up that fast in here. And typically for the champions, I'll always make sure I bring them back in here. It's going to be an overload champion. It's much easier to fight him down in this tunnel. Keeps him a little kind of cornered down here. Makes your life a little easier. Now, there is an overload champion out there somewhere right now. Just got to find him. Boss is up top. If I got enough rockets, I'll usually dump one on him. keep the damage going. But there's typically one champion hanging out. There's usually two that come through here. There's one, told you. And his health is, usually if he moves, so does the champion come with him. So for the moment, you know, put some bullets in. I'm waiting for the champion to come marching over, and there he is. So what you want to do is try and get down the stairs, so as the champion comes, you're able to kind of get a bit of a head angle on him. This is not what you want to do, is have to reload. And if you get to the point where you can get the rocket off, even slow reloading and poor timing there, as long as the rocket hits while it's not getting health back, you can usually get a finish if you're close enough. Keep putting some hand cannon shots in. Just use the rocket for the big chunk, finish him up for the hand cannon. This thing actually has a lot of bullets. I must have like something on it helped me out on reserves here. Now, you don't want to kill the boss too quickly, but keep putting damage in. I don't remember if there's one more champion. I feel like there might be. So you got more waves of ads coming. I'm going to put one more rocket into him. Actually, I'm going to save it for the moment, just to make sure you can clear some ads. Again, you can do almost everything from this tunnel. Boss isn't much of an issue of. The little bots up top slowly ticking away at his health, not probably doing much. There's the other champion. You want to make sure you kill both champions before you open the chest for sure. But if you kill the boss, things do tend to disappear. So that's why you want to make sure you kill both champions, and there he is. Now, he's probably going to kill me just like that because I was not prepped and reloaded. So when you see that champion appear, back down the tunnel, you know, use your auto rifle to try and bring him to you. And then, once he gets close enough, then you can actually come at him. He'll still probably be hanging out up here, so you might shoot him once just to see. Probably going to go marching up the stairs. Try and fire a little bit, see if he comes to you, or peek out. Shoot him once. There you go. Try and get him staggered. Come up here, hit him with this. Come up here and finish him off. That's all your champions. Now, I do have one rocket left. It's not going to completely kill the boss. And remember, double reserves are a good thing. I don't think it's going to kill the boss, but it's going to be close. That'll do it. And that's a wrap. 8 minutes. If you're, you know, busting through with exotics and other things, you could probably do this even faster if you got better weapon choices. Void is in here, so if you got Void exotics like Deathbringer, I'm sure it just does massive amounts of damage. If you want to go arc grenades for your subclass, you could definitely bring an arc grenade launcher or a Void grenade launcher in here, like Orwing's Maul or anything like that. Then you could throw a Breach and Clear, get more damage. There's a lot of ways to do this faster. I let you guys add all those fun tools on top. I try not to use my super. That would be another way to clear things up. So there's a lot of options you can do to speed this thing up. No exotic for me, but that definitely is platinum rewards. Even if the little thing doesn't pop up down below, that is all the champions you'll see. And as long as the champions all die, you will get what qualifies as platinum rewards. It just may not show platinum. And you're not going to get an exotic every time, hence why you can grind these things. Once you get a really good routine down, nice way to farm this stuff. Let's get back to the planet surface. We'll wrap this one up. But as you can see, that pretty much wraps it up. So big thing is, make sure your heavy is void damage. If your super is not going to be void, then you might just be running arc for the overload grenade option, and then you can still turn around and do even more damage. But yeah, you have 2 shielded minotaurs that are void. Everything else is just champions. Pretty good amount of overload. Not too many on the barrier. There's like that one hobgoblin in the middle, and that's really mostly it. So most things are going to be overload champions, so just plan for those, and everything should go down pretty well. Master Lost Sector is going to be a different animal, so if you guys see this tomorrow, you'll see a lot more champions. Different way to handle those. Done it before, but it's just one of those that you got to tackle a bit differently. But hopefully this video did help you guys out. If it did, please drop a like below. Always a nice way to support me. If you have loadouts that you enjoy on this one, please drop those loadouts below. Always nice for you guys to share those with everybody else, so check out the comments, see if somebody put a loadout down there that works really well for you. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the guide, want to see more of this type of stuff coming to you, please hit that subscribe button. The growth lately, thank you guys, has been awesome. Also hit that alert bell. That'll help my future videos come to you. You guys can find me on Twitter as Ebontis and twitch.tv as Ebontis as well. Twitch is usually me streaming Destiny on Tuesdays and a variety of other things during the week. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you soon.